Hello everyone. Normally in this channel, I talk about my love for handbags and my collection. And once in a while, I read some books that I really like and I would love to come up here and share with you how I feel and my reflections and how reading that book has made a change in my life. And I think it was 3 or 4 months ago, I read Rhonda Byrne's masterclass, The Secret of Love, The Secret to Love, Abundance, and Wealth. And during these 4 months, some things had happened. I realized that the law of attraction or the law of manifestation, well, for me, this concept is quite similar. I think they are indeed very true. However, if me or if you are not used to this kind of thinking, if you have not changed your whole mindset according to this like new law, new guidelines in your life, you will be affected by your habits, by your habitual behavior that you would ruin the kind of abundance or love or everything that you have attracted to your life. So it is very important that in your mind or in your life, if there are some bugs that you need to recognize and restore or fix, you have to do it in order not to let it affect your life, not to affect you from pursuing what you truly desire. So recently, I read this book. This book is translated into Chinese, but originally it was in Korean. I think the author of this book is called Lim An-Young. I think she is a psychologist, and the title of this book in Mandarin is translated as "There's no relationship that you cannot walk away from." So basically, it is an interesting novel, and as you can see, I have a ton of posted stickers marking the lines or the pages that truly feels inspiring to me. And I'm not going to introduce the whole book, but I'm going to bring up one idea that I think is so central to this book and that really stick out to me and really leads me to thinking about what I need to what bug I need to fix in order to really receive the kind of abundance and love that I want for my life, for myself. And the idea, the biggest takeaway that I got from Lim An-Young's book is that I need to take responsibility in who I am and how I interact with other people. It may be some kind of attachment style that you have developed since your childhood from the way our parents treat us. I believe some of you are familiar with the term the attachment style. And there's the avoidant attachment style, and there's this anxious attachment style, and there's this combination of this avoidant and the anxiously attachment style. And the only more stable one is called the secure attachment style. And basically, I realized that I am a combination of an avoidant and an anxiously attached style person. And before I know these terms, I kind of heard about it, but I always feel that it has nothing to do with me. I don't know why, but yeah, it was only when I try to interact with someone and causing the kind of harm to that person and to myself and to our relationship, that I realized that, oh, so the way I was brought up, the way I was being treated by my parents, especially my mom, is what causing me to behave in a certain way in my relationships. And honestly, I didn't know that, because I almost do things like out of intuition, like instinctively, and or like subconsciously, even though what I have done is like the behavior is there, but I didn't really know why I would do it, and it was actually against my own wish that I actually done it. But at the time, I thought it was the right thing to do. So like, I have always thought that I know myself, but when you get into a relationship, or about to get into a relationship, about to be closer to someone, then there's something that you realize you don't know about yourself. So I think basically the kind of experience that I had made me realize that I am repeating some of the patterns of how my mother treat me onto others. I behave. The way I behave is like a repetition of how I was treated by my mom, and that kind of behavior was unpleasant actually to me myself. But I was using this kind of behavior to treat someone that I like, which is so strange, but it also happened. So I began reading a lot of books, and so when I come across Lim An-Young's book, there is no relationship that you cannot walk away from. The idea of like responsibility, each of us has to take certain kinds of responsibility. We need to own our emotions, and basically it is a result, it is a consequence of like since childhood of how we are being treated. So it made us, the kind of experience has made us either over-evaluate or belittle ourselves, our own value. Sometimes we would act as if nobody would take our opinion seriously. And other times, we demand to be listened to. We demand that other people have to treat us in a certain way. So this is really confusing, and not just to other people, but to like when we were as children, we were being treated without, we are like confused about others' reaction to us. So in the end, we internalize this kind of uncertainty. So sometimes we are like inexperienced drivers driving an expensive car, and we are behind the steering wheel, but we don't know what we are going to do. We either over-evaluate or like belittling our own value, and or belittling what we say, how we behave. So I realized that this kind of childhood experience, we have not, because of this childhood experience, sometimes we do not know what kind of a responsibility that we truly have for other people. we do not know ourselves too well so as to know other people. So, of course, the author suggests that in order to know our true responsibility, we need to know ourselves, so that we can know what we are doing, what kind of consequences it might have on other people, so that we will think better. Why are we saying things in a very judgmental way? Are we showing enough empathy or compassion for other people's life? So basically, the idea of responsibility for ourselves can affect how we carry ourselves and respond to other people. So this is just a big general idea, but it takes a lot of practice. And so I've taken from this idea, and I reflect, and for myself, I generate 7 crucial guidelines that I think would be very helpful for me. And I'm not saying we have the same problem, but I think it might give you some inspiration of how you can also live a better or happier life, and really truly make what you want manifest in your reality, your real life. Basically, I take what I want for a partner and turn it on the other side to do it on myself. Okay, so the 7 points that I got from this learning is that, first, give myself the freedom to become myself. So I will allow myself to be who I want to be. If I want to go to a certain place, if I want to study something, if I want to acquire certain new skills, or I want to go to a certain country for travel, or learn certain kind of interesting things to learn, I will allow myself the freedom to be myself. And secondly, is to always support and appreciate myself. Even though some might think that, isn't it obvious that you should support or appreciate yourself? Yes, it is true. But sometimes I realize that we focus way more attention on we want other people to appreciate us than us appreciating us from the inside. So I think it's to turn the focus from the inside, that I support and I appreciate myself. I compliment myself, and I know that I have tried my best, that I have come a long way to get here. So I appreciate and support myself. And the third point is to see myself with a passionate eye. Okay, is to see yourself in the mirror and admire myself. Full of looking at myself in the mirror. Well, it's because I can only see myself through a mirror. Even so, look at the image in the mirror with admirous looks. Okay, so sometimes we give this kind of look to other people, to our idols, to our friends, to support one of our family members, but turn the passion to yourself and be crazy about what you have done. So full of love and full of passion, look at yourself with loving eyes. Okay, so this is the third point. And the fourth point is giving yourself the sweetness of your love, which I mean here, not just buying stuff. Of course, I find that sometimes buying stuff, choosing the right stuff that we think we need, is an assertion of loving ourselves. However, it is deeper. It's about showing the sweetness of emotions, like saying really kind things to myself. Even when I make mistakes, say very kind things. Imagine you are your best friend or someone you really love, and when that person failed or feel frustrated, you always want to say something nice to him or her. So say these things. Say these like very kind, thoughtful, sweet things, and show the sweetness of your emotions to you yourself. Okay, so I think saving this like sweetness of your emotion, saving a part of it to yourself. Not just buying things, but really in attitude. Treat yourself, spoil yourself, pamper yourself. Know that you have tried a lot, try your best, and you deserve a good pat on the shoulder, a hug yourself. Yeah, so that's what I meant. Okay, and the fifth point is that you own your emotions and all your judgment. You believe your feelings. If you feel that you feel uncomfortable, you feel nervous, you feel anxious, you recognize those emotions and you own it. And stop denying yourself. If I notice that sometimes, like when I tell my mom, oh, I don't feel very comfortable, my stomach feels funny, and she would say, then you should go to the doctor. Why do you say that to me? That's really harsh, right? Yeah, so I realized that sometimes when my mom complains to me about her physical condition, sometimes I would react in a similar way. There's no compassion, no words of like comfort. So I don't like that. I realized it is something that I need to change about the way I listen to other people's image. If other people tell me that they don't feel very good, and if I tell other people I don't feel very good, I want this kind of feelings to be recognized instead of being denied. So yeah, don't deny your feeling, don't deny any kind of emotions that you have. And don't deny others, don't deny yourself. Yeah, that leads to the sixth point. Using the above 5 points that I had, first, give myself the freedom to become myself. Second, appreciate and support myself. Third is to look at myself passionately. Fourth is to give myself sweet love and kind words. And the fifth is to believe in what I feel. Use these 5 points on the person who are close to us. Okay, bring this love from here to there. Okay, so this is the 6th point that I feel as a guideline that I need to do in order to really know myself and have the kind of peace that I'm looking for or happiness that I'm looking for. And the last one, last but not least, is to set healthy boundaries, especially with the close ones, close family members. Okay, so we need to have a stabilized inner core inner belief about our true value, about the love for us, about what we're doing, the kind of responsibility we take is based on how much we believe we can influence. We can have some influence on other people. Also, other people can have influence on us. But we need to have this healthy boundaries in order to decide what it is that really serves us and what it is that is other people's wish that is a little bit against our will, or that is not thinking from our point of view. So we are able to recognize it and set healthy boundaries, not to get rid of the other person or not to deny other person, but in order to keep myself as an individual, so that I can interact and attract and have good relationship, have better connection with the other person. We can have a much better dynamics when we interact, instead of causing this pull and run situation. Okay, so I think what I have concluded, the 7 guidelines are really very helpful and for me, and I think I will keep practicing it. Of course, I think law of attraction, law of manifestation, they are indeed true. But you need to really fix that bug in your program, in your mental programming, that you can make it happen. So yeah, I hope you get something out of this rambling, but I ramble out of very reflection from my own experience. I hope you can also relate to some of it. Okay, until next time, bye.